He's a democratic socialist. He backs an additional tax for affordable housing. In 2022, he supported a losing charter amendment critics say would have defunded the police.
And Fateh will receive the backing of the Minnesota DFL. The party can spend resources and mobilize people on his behalf.
This is Worldview Report with host Brannon Howse.
Socialist candidate for Minnesota, Mayor Omar Fatah, he attended a large campaign rally with many Somali supporters on Sunday evening. Fatah has been referred to by some as the Mamdani of the Midwest. That's in reference to his hard-left views, similar to those of Zohan Mamdani, who is running for the mayor of New York City. Footage of the gathering showed the dozens of Somali supporters at the Brian Cole Center of Minneapolis. Fatah also spoke at the event. Supporters at the event, they wore T-shirts with his name. Some also had political stickers showing support for Gaza. One supporter also spoke at the event, yelling into the microphone in Somali. Watch this.
Congresswoman at the Shane.
Yeah.
Sida nakasama the bahanay. Haddaba Umar waan ka xumahayo. Virginia qaboba lagu dhalay. Laakiin sawaan adopt gareynay. Sidarna wax badan ma joogine.
Was that really in America? And unfortunately, the answer is yes, it really was. Because the city of Minneapolis, it is gone, folks. It's gone. That's what a transformed American city looks like. The one you just saw. One of many, by the way, that has been taken down and taken over by refugees pumped in from the Islamic world over the last, few decades. Somalis, they've been sent to Minnesota since at least 1990. And it's all been under the guise of saving refugees, many of them fleeing wars that the U.S. has either directly engaged in or the CIA had a hand in starting. They've been sent right there from Somalia, as well as they've come in from Iraq, Syria, Yemen, Sudan, Afghanistan, Uzbekistan, and many other Islamic countries, that do not share our American values. It's all done legally under the authority of the Refugee Act of 1980, signed by Jimmy Carter. Those Somalians, they're not illegals who crossed the border under Joe Biden's administration, nor are the Yemeni, the Lebanese, or the Palestinians and the Syrians who live in the greater Detroit area. They're not illegals. This is the big untold story of the post-World War II era. It's how we ended up with, Ilhan Omar or Rashida Tlaib, who are now in our U.S. Congress in Washington. Our own government, in search of, cheap labor. They brought most of the Middle Easterners here to America legally, all under the refugee resettlement program approved by Congress and, as I said, signed by the President of the United States back in 1980. And after 40 plus years of importing these, people here, they've built up enclaves. Really a nation and nations within a nation where they are, frankly, refusing to assimilate. And when they get big enough, they elect their own leaders and they set up their own laws, which is what we're really seeing right now in places like New York, Minneapolis, and Dearborn, Michigan. President Trump, he has slowed this refugee flow down dramatically, just like he did in his first term. But unless this Refugee Act of 1980 is rescinded by Congress, the next president will start the program up and make up for lost time. More than 100,000 a year. That's how many were coming in under Biden. Approximately 85,000 a year under Obama. The Clintons and the Bushes, they brought in, big numbers as well. So you might want to call your member of Congress and tell them to rescind the Refugee Act. Because you see, America, we can't afford to lose more of our cities. What are your thoughts?